Hey everybody. Well, I have been awfully quiet for a while, for a couple reasons. Um, Unfortunately, I have put the Bearcat project on hold, possibly permanently. Uh, my concerns have gone from how structurally sound it is to how heavy it's going to be when I'm done reinforcing and redoing a lot of things. And honestly, it just all of my excitement is lost for that project. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I had to put it away for a while. So, to get my mind off the Bearcat, I decided what's next. I have had these plans for a long time, and these are of Corvin Miller's Globe Swift. Um, I have always loved the Globe Swift. Uh, it's just an awesome airplane. Everybody has their favorite classic type airplane, like a Bonanza or a Cherokee, planes like that. Mine's always been the Swift because it is just such a cool airplane. So this is Top Gun 1991. This is Corvin Miller flying his Globe Swift. These are the plans for this airplane, and mine is going to look just like that. Oh, I love that airplane.
The real airplane is in Venice, Florida. All right, it's owned by Ed Hibner naturally, and he's an architect. And
It's too bad I can't find any photos of this airplane in that particular color scheme. And as far as I know, just from doing some research online, this airplane with that N number is no longer registered. It was unregistered or decommissioned, whatever you want to call it, I think in 2011. So I don't know if it was crashed or what. I have no idea. So all I have to go off of is just these old grainy VHS videos. So I'm going to do the best I can to emulate it. But anyways, so that's what I have been up to. Um, I got I got the wood for it Friday evening. So what, 2 days ago? And I was going to hold off on doing a video until I got some work done because as you can see, this is all scratch built. This is not a kit, so every single thing has to be cut out. Um, and I got quite a bit of work done. I'm actually surprising myself because already I have an airplane sitting here. So, um, it has been an interesting build because it does not use conventional construction methods, except for the tail. The tail builds pretty average, so that wasn't too big of a deal. But the fuselage and cowling, as you can see, the cowling design is built out of wood, and I just framed it up. Uh, you know, just kind of. I didn't complete it because I wanted to get the engine mounted. Inside, we got a 160 twin. It's a glow engine, brand new. I'm not sure if I'm going to convert it to gas or not. I may run this glow because Corvin always flew his with a 160 twin. Of course, back then was glow. And I may do the same thing. I don't know. My main concern with converting this to gas is it's gonna drop quite a bit how far the carburetor comes down. It's gonna drop considerably further down, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to punch a hole in the cowl or what. I don't know, but it's been an interesting build. I built the stab today. That's about all I've done, and carved everything up, the fin and the stab. I cut everything to fit it onto the fuselage. Everything is rough right now. So between Friday and yesterday, I built the fuselage, sheeted the top sections, cut out the windows, built the fin and rudder. Of course, this is all airfoiled and everything is sheeted. I can't do the bottom yet. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do for push rods. So once I run my push rods in there, then I can sheet the bottom. But very interesting construction. I don't know how well you'll be able to see up in there. But there's no formers. Everything is these 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch braces that you put in there to essentially build the fuselage. Then it's got the formers up here and on the bottom that all have to be cut out. The most difficult process was setting up the fuselage sides, because you can see right here is a fuselage side. So setting that on the bench and keeping it straight while putting the braces in, that was a little bit of a chore. And of course, when I sheet, I hate sheeting with a passion. Ugh. Mainly because I don't take the time to do it, I guess, right, if you want to call it that. So I do it in a hurry, but it looks good when I'm done. So I've already filled and sanded this. Cut out my windows. The plans had a template for the windscreen, and holy crap, it actually turned out, like, when I cut the actual piece, it's going to fit on there really well. Let's ditch this for now. This took quite a bit of time. When I ordered the wood, a lot of this is blocks. You got blocks right here. You got blocks to make the tips and everything. I didn't want to spend, because of the crazy price of balsa nowadays, I didn't want to spend the money on, really thick blocks. So this is all just taking random pieces of thicker blocks of balsa that I have and just kind of laminating them, sticking them on there. So this took a ton of time to sand and shape. So you can see the fuselage side is right here, and the rest is blocks, and of course it's got a unique shape to it. So that took quite a bit of time yesterday to get that, and I just roughed it in. It's not perfect yet. So pretty I am so excited about this project. I can't even begin to tell you. Since I was a kid, or let's put it this way. When I was a young kid, my dad's been in this hobby since 1975, so he'd already accumulated a lot of stuff before I was born. And even when I was a little kid, he bought, videos and stuff like that of the Top Gun events and so forth. And when I was quite young, there were 3 planes and builders that really, really stuck out. One was Dennis Crooks with his Learjet. I really don't have an interest in building a Learjet. Sorry, Dennis. At least not at this point. But Charlie Chambers with his Bearcat, which is the one that I was going to make mine look like, which still is a possibility, as we'll see. And Corvin Miller with his Globe Swift. And this has always been a bucket list airplane. I mean, look how beautiful this airplane is. The dihedral and the stab. Oh, it is so cool. I love this airplane. And I spent a small fortune on this engine. Holy crap. It's amazing what these old 160s go for. Ugh, lots of money. But I want it to be the way it should have been, the way it was years ago. That's what I want. The only thing I really don't like is the way Corvin did the sheeting on this thing. The sheeting for the top is not as thick as the fuselage sides, and the way the formers are cut out per the plans, as you can see, there's a thickness difference here. So that kind of sucks. So I either have to fill all this in with spackle, or I got to go in here and really carefully sand and kind of blend everything in. So that's going to be kind of a pain, but that's all right. That's all right. Because for now, I just bought enough wood to build the fuselage and tail. And as you can see, the fuselage and tail are just about finished. I'm about sick of building at this point. As you can see, everything is still rough. I haven't even beveled anything yet. Very, very rough stage at this point. Before I build the elevators, I'm going to go ahead and tear everything down, and I'm going to install my push rods and finish the sheeting on the fuselage. The only thing I can't sheet until I build the wing is this section here, because where the wing dowels go into here needs to be reinforced on the front edge with 1/8" plywood. And you can see the very unique firewall on the front. This is very interesting because right here is a 1/8 plywood, which is considered the firewall doubler. And then I laminated a bunch of pieces of balsa to make a 1/2" actual firewall. So very interesting design. Then of course the sides of the engine box are 1/8" ply, and that goes through the balsa by cutting a groove and goes all the way back to the plywood. So very interesting. Very unconventional and odd building methods here. But I've had these plans for a long time, and I've always wanted to build one. And because of the emotional trauma the Bearcat's been giving me, I literally just came down here one day when I'm like, all right, what am I going to do with the Bearcat? I unrolled these plans and just started making a list, and here we are. Now this, of course, is all going to be covered in monocoat. Hell yes. And the cowl may be covered in monocoat as well. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm that ambitious. See, I was anticipating there being a decent gap between buying the wood for the fuse and buying the wood for the wing. But I'm already ready to start building the wing. I mean, holy crap, I can't remember building a plane. Somebody posted something. I can't remember building a plane like this quick. But, huh. And I still got to figure out what I'm going to do for retracts and all that good stuff. So, for those that are interested in this project, tag along. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. And stay tuned. I'm not giving up on the Bearcat 100%. I've had several people show interest in having it, and I pretty much said if you buy the Robart retracts, the plane is free. But I've kind of changed my mind on that. My conscience won't let this airplane go to anybody else. If I can't or won't finish it, it's not going to be finished. So that's where we're at. Well, I am going to do some more work. I got Monday and Tuesday off, so I'll probably get the elevators and everything built then. Then, shoot, I'm going to have to start thinking about ordering wood for the wing. All right, stay tuned. Later.